Okay.
All right, this is a string figure that's done by the Karaja Indians of Brazil. It is called bats. Take a loop of string. It's usually a long loop of string. Put your thumbs into the loop from the same side, and then put your pinkies, little fingers, into the loop from the same side. Now with your index finger, pick up the palm string of your left hand and stretch it out to absorb all the slack. And then with your left index, pick up the other palm string, but inside the right index finger loop from below, and then pull back. Now we're going to let go of the right index finger. We're going to release it and then extend the figure until the string is tight at the left hand. You can now release the strings from the right hand. You're going to grab the far little finger string and the near thumb string together in the right hand. You will take those two strings as I have them here, and you'll give them a half twist. And what we're going to do is spread the two strings apart here so we see the X, and we're going to place the index finger underneath the X. We're going to then reach into the hanging left index finger loop and grab the two lower arms of the X, one with the index finger and one with the thumb, and we're going to drag them through the hanging loop and continue pulling it through all the way until the strings remain tight. And then we can let go of the string with the right hand. Right now, on the index finger of the left hand, there are the two strings that were the original arms of the X, and the single string that was originally on the left index. I'm going to do what's called a Navajo. It's a term for lifting a loop from one base of the finger over the tip of that finger and then release it. And I'm just going to tighten the strings a little so that we don't have too much slack in there. The left index now has two strings from this point on in the string figure. The index finger will always have two index strings on it when we add any other strings to it. I'm going to take the left far little finger string and the left near thumb string in my right hand. And now I'm going to do what I did before. I'm going to twist it and make an X and spread it apart with my right hand. And then with my left index finger, I'm going to pick up the X at the crossing. My right hand will then reach into the hanging left index loop, and I will look for the two arms of the X and pull those arms through the hanging left index loop, removing all the slack. Now I have two strings on the top, two strings on the bottom. I'm going to lift the two strings from the bottom of the index and drop them over the top. This is again the Navajo. I'll tighten to remove any slack. And from this point on, I'm going to be continuously repeating the same movements again and again until I use up all the remaining string. I'll take the two exterior strings, turn to create an X, pick them up with my index finger, reach in, grab the two arms of the X, pull them through, absorb all the slack, and then Navajo, a pair of strings at the base over the pair of strings at the top, and remove the slack. And we keep on doing this over and over until there's no more strings left. The longer the string you have, the more times you can do this and the more bats that you will make. This is not a difficult string figure to make because the movements are the same movements over and over again. And although the figure looks complicated, in reality it isn't. Right, when we have a short portion of the original hanging index loops left, I'm going to take my right index finger from below and put it into the far hanging loop, and my thumb will go into the nearer hanging loop. Just make sure that the same string on this side of the thumb is the string that goes to the same side of the thumb on the other side of the hand. Likewise, make sure that when you pick up this loop with this finger, the string that's on the far side of the little finger is the same string that eventually goes to the far side of the other little finger. Now what I'm going to do is transfer the index loops from this finger to the right finger, index finger. And when I do that and stretch out the figure, the Karaja call this figure bats. They display it vertically. Usually, if you face the person doing it, it'll look like that, or you can display it horizontally. Each of these little triangular shapes represent the wings of a bat. And right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bats here. And of course, the bats eventually fly away. And to make the bats disappear, all you have to do is release the index loop and gently separate your hands, and the string will quickly become unknotted.